What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unbearable Podcast. And today, I'm going to be telling you my predictions on what I think is going to happen in the NFC North, division-wise, where I think we're going to stack up, where I think each team is going to be placed. It's going to kind of be not I'm going to tell you the wins and losses, but just where I think people are going to be, kind of like a power ranking. And yeah. I'm going to do other divisions after this, but I want to start off with the NFC North because, obviously, the Bears. I'm a big Bears fan. And, yeah, so let's just get straight into it. I'm going to say where I think each team is going to be and then give my reasons why. So let's get straight into it. So, number 4, I think this is pretty obvious. The Vikings. Obviously, picking up J.J. McCarthy this offseason and Aaron Jones, but I think besides that, they took massive steps back, losing Danielle Hunter, Kirk Cousins, which I think Kirk Cousins, having a stable quarterback was part of the reason why they were able to do so good. And even last year, they weren't even that good because, they were 2 years ago when they were really good, it was because they were in a bunch of one-score games, and they won those one-score games. But then this past year, we saw what would happen if the opposite happened, where they didn't get so lucky with the one-score game, or not lucky, but they didn't pull out the one-score games, and they weren't able to win those games. So I think they're just not going to be that good. I think they're going to be from the 5 to 7 win range, maybe a little bit lower than that. I don't know. I just think they took huge steps back. Obviously, the wide receiver core is good, but do we see Justin Jefferson leave in the middle of the season, maybe a little bit after, near the trade deadline? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I think it's going to be kind of like what happened with Randy Moss, and they're going to kind of fumble it, and he's going to go somewhere else. But yeah, and their defense, I don't think it's that good this year. I think their defense, I don't know. I just don't think their defense is going to be very good, and I think their defense is going to be put on a lot more pressure now that their offense isn't as good. I think Justin Jefferson's still going to, perform decent, but, I just don't think it's going to perform the way they want it to. And with Aaron Jones, obviously he's an amazing running back, but if you look at the running back core, there's not another guy who's that dude like Aaron Jones. Or when he was with the Packers, he had AJ Dillon to be the bell cow running back, kind of it was 3rd and 1. They're gonna put AJ Dillon in, but now Aaron Jones, he's gonna be that guy for everything almost. Obviously when he's tired, they're gonna change him out, but I just think it's going to be a lot different for Aaron Jones. Not saying he's bad or anything. I'm just saying it's going to be a lot different of a situation because if the Vikings are going to do good or decent, they're going to have to rely on their running back game because I don't think their quarterback room is that good. And J.J. McCarthy, obviously, them picking up him, I think he'll be good, but, he's going to take some time to develop, maybe a couple years like Jordan Love. I think he's a project quarterback that they're going to have to let sit, and if they start him in the first year, halfway through, I just don't think it's going to turn out well. But yeah, I have them coming in 4th. So moving on to 3rd place, I think the Bears are going to come in 3rd. I think they're going to take massive steps forward from last year and the year before that. Obviously last year, I think we took steps forward. People are oh, the Bears were still ass. We still took a lot. We went from being the worst team in the NFL to being by the mid, or not midway, but in the end parts of the season, we still had a chance to make the playoffs. I think that's a big step up, and I think we're going to take another step this year because I don't know if I'd say we improved our... Damn. What was this right here? It's a car. But I think, we improved in almost everything. We got Keenan Allen. We got Romeo Doomsday, so that makes our wide receiver core, one of the best in the NFL. We got DeAndre Swift. We still have Khalil Herbert. We still have Roshan Johnson. Our offensive line, I feel like we made improvements to that too. But that's going to be the question. Our offensive line, the center position in particular, I feel like is going to be we'll see how that develops. But yeah, I think just speaking on the offense, I think Caleb Williams does have the best starting position in of not only rookie quarterbacks but most quarterbacks in the NFL. especially getting picked first overall. Like, the position that he's in is probably the best that we've ever seen, like, a first overall pick get. He has 3 very good wide receivers to throw to. Our running back room is good. We have a monster tight end, Cole Kmet, who I don't think gets enough love. And I'm just talking about our defense right now. I mean, our offense right now. Speaking on the defense, you saw how good it was when we added Montez Sweat at the end of the year. If we have a whole year of that, I think we see major improvements. But speaking on our secondary, I think we have one of the best secondary rooms in the NFL. We have Jalen Johnson, who not even arguably is the best second or the best DB in the league, or corner, that is. I mean, the numbers don't lie. He is one of the best, if not the best, corners in the entire league. We have, who else do we have? We have Stevenson, who had one of the best performances in his rookie defensive class that people are just sleeping on because they're too busy hyping up Witherspoon. But Stevenson went under the radar and almost had the best rookie season that I've seen from a corner in a long while. Who else do we have? We added Kevin Byard, who, I mean, he's getting up there in age, but he's shown that he can be a good DB, especially with our room, with our corners being as good as they are. I think he'll be able to perform. Obviously, we don't have Eddie Jackson anymore, which is sad. We have Kyler Gordon, bro. Kyler Gordon, who I think, our DB room is good. People are sleeping on our DB room. I think it's going to be very good this year. I think our defense, we have a good linebacker core. We have Sanborn. We have, TJ Edwards, and then I forgot motherfucker's the last one. What's his name? I forgot one name. It's going to come back to me later, but right now I just can't remember it. Tremaine Edmonds. I don't know why I couldn't remember Tremaine Edmonds, but I think we're going to make some massive steps forward. While I do think we're going to come third in the NFC, I don't think that's because we're going to be a bad team. I think it's going to be because the Packers and the Lions showed last year that they could be good teams and, compete for the top spot in the NFC. But, yeah, I think we even make the playoffs I'll tell you my hot takes at the end. I'll tell you my big hot take at the end. But coming in second, I think it's the Packers. I think the Packers offense proved that they could be very good this year, or last year. The big question was Jordan Love, but Jordan Love even proved that he's a good quarterback. I'll admit it. I thought he was going to be ass. I thought the Packers were going to be ass. I thought they stood no chance. I thought they were going to come last, but that didn't happen. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit I was wrong about Jordan Love. I mean, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people were that high on Jordan Love unless you were a Packers fan. And that's just me being honest. I don't think a lot of people were high on Jordan Love, but he did it. I mean, he's that dude. He did it. Go for him. And yeah, I just wasn't expecting it. But their offense showed that they could be very good. Obviously, Robert Tonyan. What's that dude's name? The offensive lineman that they lost. Whatever. I think their offensive line's still probably going to be good. That's the Packers. They've always had a good offensive line. But their big question right now is their defense. How are they going to perform? They added some key pieces to their secondary, but how are they going to perform? It's going to be interesting to see, but I think the Packers are definitely going to make the playoffs, definitely be in contention for the top spot in the NFC North, as much as I hate to say it. But first place, obviously, I think it's the Lions. The Lions showed that they could be contenders for the Super Bowl last year. They almost made it to the Super Bowl. I think that it's just going to be a dogfight to see who wins. Their offense, Jared Goff, proved that he could be a very good quarterback. The Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford trade, almost exactly even, one of the most even trades we've seen in the NFL for a while. But Jared Goff proved that he could be a good quarterback. They have a good running back room in David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. They have good wide receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. They're building a good young offensive line. Their defense proved that they can be dogs last year, and I think while it's going to be a fight, I think they're going to have the NFC North by 1-2 games. But my hot take is that I think 3 teams in the NFC North are going to make the playoffs. I think the NFC North is going to be a very good division this year. I think the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions all make the playoffs. And I think it's just going to be interesting to see how it ends. I think the NFC North, the top three, or at least the top two, if not the top three, are going to be interchangeable. I think it's going to be separated by like 1, 2, 3 games, like from the first spot and the third spot. And I think it's just going to be really close. And I think the NFC North, you're going to see a big improvement. Like, we've been a pretty ass division, but you're going to see a big improvement this year with the NFC North. And that's what I think. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, don't forget to bear down.